So after the death of Pope Francis, there was worldwide anticipation on who was going to be the next Pope. Now the question has been answered. Cardinal Robert Prevost has been elected as the new Pope, taking the name Pope Leo XIV, making history as the first American Pope to ever lead the Catholics. And for Catholics across the globe, the joy is beyond words. But how did we get here? I'm here to tell you all about it. This is the TD News. If you've not subscribed, please kindly do to join the family. Now let's go into the detail. Following the death of Pope Francis on April 21st, the Catholic tradition dictates that a new Pope must be elected 15 days later. That put the date for the conclave on May 7th. So after the death of Pope Francis, the 15 days fell on May 7th, the day that actually began the election for a new Pope. The election takes place in the Sistine Chapel, where cardinals, and when I say cardinals, senior clergy of the Catholic Church, gather in secret. They are completely cut off from the outside world, no phones, no media, just them and God. And there are some important rules to be followed when it comes to the election of a new Pope. So 1, only cardinals under the age of 80 are allowed to vote. But although there are 252 cardinals worldwide, only 133 were eligible and participated in this election. This means that if you're a cardinal and you are more than 80 years old, you are not allowed to vote. To be elected Pope also, a candidate must receive a 2/3 majority of the votes. In this case, out of the 133 cardinals that voted, at least 89 votes must go for a particular candidate before that candidate is declared the Pope. Now the world watches for one powerful signal, that's the black smoke from the Sistine Chapel chimney. That means that no Pope has been elected. But if a white smoke emerges from the chimney, it means that a new Pope has been chosen. But most times people think that if a black smoke emerges, it means a black Pope has been chosen. That is not the case. It simply means that no Pope has been chosen at all. So on Wednesday, May 7th, the day that actually began the election of the Pope, the first smoke to emerge was a black smoke. That was on 7 p.m., which signified that no Pope has been chosen. So the election must be proceeded on the next day, that's Thursday, for the election of the Pope. And on Thursday too, the first smoke that emerged was at 9 a.m. and still that was a black smoke. And as I said, when a black smoke emerges or billows from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, they still have to continue to vote in order to get the Pope. So on the same Thursday, but at 5 p.m., the smoke that billowed was a white smoke. That signified that now we have a new Pope. So after the white smoke billows from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel, there's a short period of anticipation before the new Pope's identity is revealed. And during this time, preparations are made behind the scenes. Soon after, the designated cardinal, in this case, Cardinal Dominique Mbati of France, stepped out onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. He delivered the traditional announcements to the crowd and the world at large that the elected Pope had accepted the position. So most times the designated cardinal comes out to address the public even before the Pope comes. And then this address is whether the Pope has accepted to claim that position or not. During this formal announcement, the newly elected Pope appeared on the balcony to greet the public for the first time, and it was none other than Cardinal Bishop Robert Prevost, now officially Pope Leo XIV. He stepped forward and addressed the thousands gathered in St. Peter's Basilica, or the St. Peter's Square, and he humbly accepted the role, offering his first words as Pope, and then he prayed with the crowd and the world at large. And this was how he accepted the position and is ready and poised to lead the Catholics' 1.4 billion followers across the globe. So this is how Pope Leo XIV, Cardinal Robert Prevost, was inaugurated into his office.
Una chiesa che cammina, una chiesa che cerca sempre la pace, cerca sempre la carità, cerca sempre di essere vicino specialmente a coloro che soffrono. Oggi il giorno della supplica alla Madonna di Pompei.